Have you ever picked up your phone to check one quick thing, and then you look up and an hour has just vanished? Do you find yourself reaching for it in every quiet moment, in line for coffee, at a red light, even when you're supposed to be with people you love? Do you feel that little jolt of anxiety when you realize you've left it at home? If you answered yes, you are not alone. And more importantly, this is not a lack of willpower. It is not a moral failing. I'm Dr. Sambo, an addiction psychiatrist. I've spent my career studying the brain, working with patients addicted to everything from substances to behaviors. And I can tell you with complete certainty, your phone is designed to act on your brain in the exact same way as a slot machine. It is literally rewiring you. So many of my patients come to me feeling ashamed, saying, I know I should stop, but I just can't. It feels impossible because this device is hijacking one of the most powerful systems in your brain, the dopamine reward pathway. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what's happening in your brain every time you scroll. I'll show you why your own biology is being used against you. But most importantly, I'm going to give you a clear, science-backed 3-step plan to break the cycle and take back your attention and your life. To get why your phone feels so irresistible, we have to talk about a chemical in your brain called dopamine. Now, dopamine is often called the feel-good molecule, but that's a bit of a misnomer. It's really the molecule of motivation and anticipation. It's what drove our ancestors to hunt for food or seek out partners, things essential for survival. Your brain releases a little dopamine when you achieve a goal, which encourages you to do it again. But here's the crucial part. Dopamine is triggered most powerfully not by rewards you see coming, but by unpredictable ones. And what is your smartphone if not the world's most sophisticated, unpredictable reward machine? Every buzz, every notification, every time you refresh your feed, it's a roll of the dice. It could be nothing, it could be a stressful email, or it could be a like on your photo, a message from someone you miss, or a hilarious video, a tiny, perfect little reward. This system is called variable intermittent reinforcement, and it's the exact same principle that makes slot machines so addictive. Your brain gets hooked not on the pleasure itself, but on the anticipation of it. It's why you feel that compulsive itch to check your phone dozens, or as data suggests, maybe even over 100 times a day. Dr. Anna Lemke, the chief of Stanford's Addiction Medicine Clinic, calls the smartphone the modern-day hypodermic needle, delivering digital dopamine 24/7. Each little hit, every scroll, every like, causes a spike in your dopamine. For a moment, it feels good. But your brain is a master of balance. It craves a state called homeostasis. To counteract that artificial spike, your brain down-regulates its own dopamine receptors. This means your baseline level of dopamine actually drops. After the spike, you crash. You're left in a dopamine deficit state, feeling a little anxious, irritable, unmotivated, maybe even a bit depressed. And what's the quickest, easiest way to fix that feeling? Reaching right back for your phone. That is the addiction loop, a spike, a crash, and a craving that drives you back to the source. Over time, you build up tolerance, meaning you need more and more scrolling to get the same feeling of satisfaction. This isn't just in your head. MRI studies show that the brains of people with heavy smartphone use show hyperactivity in regions linked to attention. People are informally calling this brain rot because it frays your ability to focus on one thing. The constant partial attention our phones demand literally gets in the way of the deep focus needed for creativity, learning, and meaningful work. So let me be crystal clear. The struggle to put your phone down is not your fault. These platforms are engineered to exploit your brain's fundamental wiring for their profit. So why can't you just use more willpower? Think of willpower as the CEO of your brain. It lives in your prefrontal cortex, the part right behind your forehead that handles rational thought and long-term goals. But in the battle for your attention, your CEO is completely outgunned. The dopamine reward circuit is a much older, more primal part of the brain. When it's overstimulated, it essentially hijacks your decision-making. The craving for another hit just screams louder than the rational part of your brain that knows you should be working, or talking to your kids, or going to bed. It's why you can genuinely intend to put your phone away, only to find yourself scrolling 5 minutes later without even consciously deciding to. Through a process called neuroplasticity, this repeated behavior carves deep grooves in your brain until the habit becomes automatic. And the consequences are real. Studies are now linking excessive phone use directly to a rise in anxiety, depression, and social isolation. And the blue light from your screen actively suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time for bed, leading to a vicious cycle of being too tired to function and then needing your phone for stimulation. We've become a society that is terrified of being bored. But boredom is the soil where creativity, self-reflection, and new ideas grow. By constantly plugging every empty moment with a digital pacifier, we're robbing ourselves of the space to actually think and connect with who we are. It's only when you understand that you're up against a powerful biological force that you can stop blaming yourself and start using the right tools to fight back. The good news is your brain can change. Because of neuroplasticity, the same process that built these habits can be used to tear them down. Step 1. The 72-hour dopamine reset. The most powerful first move is a strict dopamine fast. For 72 hours, 3 days, you will cut out all non-essential phone use. You can make and receive calls or essential texts, but that's it. No social media, no news, no browsing, no games. The first 24 hours are going to be tough. You'll probably feel irritable, anxious, and wildly bored. That's withdrawal. Your brain is screaming for its usual fix. Recognize it for what it is, a sign that you're in that dopamine deficit state. My advice? Lean into it. Go for a walk without your phone. Just sit with your own thoughts. Let yourself be bored. By day 2, something will start to shift. By the end of day 3, your brain's dopamine receptors will have begun the process of resetting. Even short digital detoxes can improve attention and working memory. You'll feel a sense of clarity you haven't felt in a long time. This step is the hardest, but it's the most critical for breaking that chemical dependency. Step 3. Engineer your environment and get accountable. Finally, you need a system to make this stick. Addiction thrives in isolation. Recovery thrives in community. Tell a friend or family member that you're committed to changing your phone habits. Ask them to be your accountability partner. Just knowing someone else is aware of your goal can make a huge difference. You can also use a technique called habit stacking. Link your new habit to one you already. Step 3. Engineer your environment and get accountable. Finally, you need a system to make this stick. Addiction thrives in isolation. Recovery thrives in community. Tell a friend or family member that you're committed to changing your phone habits. Ask them to be your accountability partner. Just knowing someone else is aware of your goal can make a huge difference. You can also use a technique called habit stacking. Link your new habit to one you already have. After I finish dinner, I will put my phone in a drawer for the evening. This creates a clear, automatic cue that requires far less willpower. And please, be compassionate with yourself. You're going to slip up. You'll have a day where you fall back into a scrolling vortex. That's not a failure. That's data. Acknowledge it without judgment. And if you need to, restart your 72-hour reset. Every time you do, you strengthen the new pathways in your brain and weaken the old one. Breaking free from your phone isn't about rejecting technology and living in a cave. It's about reclaiming your agency. It's about making sure this incredible tool works for you, not the other way around. It's about choosing to be the main character in your own life, to have your own thoughts, and to build real human connections. The clarity, focus, and peace that come from a life less tethered to a screen are immeasurable. You can think more deeply, connect with loved ones, and finally have the space to go after what actually matters to you. So here's my challenge. Don't just click away from this video. Pick one thing, just one. Maybe it's charging your phone outside your bedroom tonight. Maybe it's deleting your most time-wasting app just for 24 hours. Commit to that one small step. If you're ready to continue this journey and learn more science-backed strategies for your mental health, subscribe to the channel. Taking back control of your brain is the most important work you can do. And it starts right now.